Now, let me bring in Jonathan Gilliam on this. A couple of things I want to get from you. This sort of remarkable, I guess, friction between the ME's office and the sheriff releasing the scathing letter that, by the way, goes a lot farther. And then this forensics issue where Officer Gliniewicz suffered a gunshot wound to his torso in a downward trajectory, but he was wearing a bulletproof vest. Look, I've worn a lot of flak vests, and they do stop at a certain point. And the torso does include more than just the upper torso. There is the lower torso. So I'm just trying to get from you whether there is any sort of mystery or unusualness to the fact that he had a gunshot wound in the torso and was wearing a vest. This might actually play out.
I actually brought a vest here. And what you see is when you have a vest, when you have a vest on, there's a huge unprotected area right here. More often than not, when law enforcement officers are killed wearing a vest, it is either they have their arm up, which would indicate a struggle, or it comes in some type of an angle, but normally from the side, and the round can carry through in this way. And law enforcement, I'm telling you, it's inevitable. You could shoot a bad guy 15 times and they won't die. An officer could get 2 shots, one hits the body armor, the other one travels behind it, and the officer dies.
So no big mystery then when you
I don't think that's a mystery at all.
That one of those shots. And then the downward trajectory, I've been in enough trials to know that if you do get a suspect and you can get a height on that suspect comparable to the officer, that's somewhat helpful, but it is not definitive.
Well, what it tells me is the potential for a struggle was there, because either this person was tall, I'm not sure of the height of Officer Gliniewicz, but the chance of him, if there were 3 people and he was in a struggle, for them to get his weapon and while he's struggling shoot down at him could potentially give some evidence that there was a struggle going on.
You know what, our producer Scotty, our director Scotty just mentioned, what if he was on the ground?
That's exactly. I mean, as long as they're wrestling around, you're going to see a downward trajectory. He could be on his knees, he could have been on the ground, or just bent over. In any case, once this vest opens up and the officer has his arms up, this potential for a round to go through this way is high. So
distressing, and equally distressing, whoever may have done this is still out there. There are 3 that are still the ones who are being sought after. 2 white men, 1 black man, nothing else.
Let me say this one thing. 2 white men, 1 black man. That's what he called in. But we still don't know, and they should be looking on these cameras, because the potential is that those people just walked away and somebody else hit him. So they need to be looking at anybody that could have been in that area and on those cameras at that point.